And yes, a childish the idea a Uriaba or Tiwaa. Oh, about one only hour. Second, when you know Team Liga for you, dear, Nanka, a Jamafa, my Babusiana, so Anna.
And you're not correct. The only time I'm not on no more on a certain live, TikTok live be. I think she was part and she said one or two things. And that was all. She went off. So how can she be me?
Team Liga wife member Bakwa or Tiwaa or no what just a major mupai. Wo as Ula Michael, I want so oh part of the legal people no. A patrol, I would think all transit beer. I now find the same.
Honestly, I don't listen to what she says.
Yo,
right from the day as a vice president, Her Excellency Jenana Ewu. Right from that day, I stopped paying attention to her. To Jenana Ewu.
Debbie, what you say?
I'll copy pictures be at hospital. And when I watched the video, the way she was so emphatic, I was like, I almost believed it, but I felt like, why would I believe her when there are better platforms, more credible ones that we could get the news from? And it turned out that Obaa. So from there, you look data, you realize that there's nothing about her that I even watch or even listen to.
Anyway, not just episode just about to why credible. You suicide, I said, per the working analysis, I did by name, I may a vice president, my maid Jane, no poku, ask me, I working. Not just about me, TSC, I just say, about to why credible because what you say on film, or not to the cano emphatically say we're film. Now, with that being said, you know, now or your team legal wife, part of more group, you know. Now, on also about Tiba can't send be breno. Does it mean say no mean say my okano a young tronqua and said you're working?
Forget about it and move on. That's how it has been.
Okay. Anyway, so pay attention. Then the wakani be one cassa boss, Ura. I need the man of power, Ura or say Kwame, despite my neighbor Tiba say judgment a call, you know, or no shit chili pa and a mouth dobruni. Edim kunim ewo court no nsensem ema sabiu papa ya no kra sebe Ghana for the media man na obia kra man no entina no kasa de ba bonten be kasa be chire mu because asem ne kana koma wakeka se bebre kra man na me no kasa wo sabiu sebe otikoko so ahemfu ni bi kra age adamude ewo odobroni nsensem yi ho waka nsem pa man na me no kasa wo se judge Ewura Dorinda Smith ata kra so ene ne nkofo nyina moje sabia damude anti omu nyina ka ho bi na ma odobroni eyi achia egu ye mama Akosua Serwaa so sanse mu nyina ye montum wo ho.
See me, if I say this person, I don't listen to this person. I don't. No matter what the person says, at least will be never catch and say that okay. I mean, guys so judge so I could judge them or whatever. Now would you know be?
Ene Ibrahim obi beka say na se mu nyina mu ofie ba ku mu di agro na mu nyina mu focus won e mama Akosua Serwaa na mu agenda de say mo ma victory a prevail for ye mama Akosua Serwaa ware a ono e ware da de number na say da de number ware no na emu ba ko afira bonte abeka say ba ko enum a onsem a wo kan bi wo ho a me emfa ne serious no enya wuram kakra. If the need be say I also invite Shatawale a ube invite maybe say we in connection with Shatawale issues with despite media.
If he's going to come and willing to apologize for insulting my bosses, shut up, a friend in there. Because Godfather, that when I'll be my about showing so. My question would be, what did he mean penny for them? So rain fee. Oh, we are not quenching and person ban, person me bashes, and I may be patch. I want to come and apologize to them, and then find ways to go to them and apologize, just to let them know it was one of the moments of indiscretion. And then my Saudi weakness here. Why not? Me na Mika said me morning you be. And I know that some of the DJs also do the same. Others too, but it was my decision. It was, I guess, it became the company's decision. It was young work employees in any guys. No, you cannot insult our bosses and expect us to play your music.
And you say the official despite media for more Shatawale Nyumbium cry.
Been so for like over a year because of insult now we insult and penny for a jume run. Sabi only missiatem. Now only mean to insanity.
So until self Shatawale by patch all the unforgettable platform also. Oh, peace FM.
Oh, yeah, of course. I cannot condone with that. Me meet me be a man on the papa tender. Meet me be a man or sabi or scaphobia or bear ma who more to the data form. What do you mean do matter? Because he knows what he gets from them. If he values the importance of the media to his career, he will know what to do.
All right, Abusafo, remember could be a kwaba sonko at the bar COS TV so and it's been a very beautiful time here. And no yaba be din komo concerning yamame Akosua Serwaa papa Charles Kodefosu ne odobroni sensem ya agentre ha e wo Ghana. It's been a very beautiful conversation. Ebi esuade ewu bi nso e de ayabufu ama me no ka say atem de no de bi nso e di atem. And moving forward no there are some personalities bi a omo aye part of this story and going down the history no omo din empemuda and free brave papa Charles Kodefosu e free mu ebesi ene one prominent person ono why involved so far as that the lumba ewo ene papa Charles Kodefosu ensensem ene odobroni aware ho nsensem with lumba no ye concern no court ho amane ni nyina no odimu akotene pa wabo ne homoden so far as asemu eye concern oye adwuma e wo peace 104.3 esanso ye adwuma wo neat fm esanso eye one of the best entertainment analysts so far as Ghana entertainment industry no eye concern idin e de Ola Michael oye me ankasa me bra pani eno no ene mensa aka no e wo COS TV so ene ni ba bedin komo ne ebusa ne se adenti kura ana obi efi asem adane aduane bi a ono edi na nopa awia na anwumre ne interest kura wa asem we mu no ene sei ene de kura na onim adenti ana odie maame Akosua Serwaa achi na wanko support odobroni akwaba sonko de ba katafide so Ola Michael
You sure?
ebi aboko de
I don't know. Yeah, okay.
da Yesu ase obi kana sem Ola Michael minim say we team legal wives enti a man bebre na edom team legal wife but ye we team legal husband nso ana
Legal wife, you know. I'm one more.
Say ye maame Akosua Serwaa ene odobroni nsensem ba ye na Ashanti Queen ene oba Tiwaa mo TikTok for tigina mu ana emu nkomo na koba se ene side chick for amafo bi se odobroni ye side chick ene bi so se onye side chick oye warefo ena maame Akosua Serwaa na ye yere na nkasa ene mu na ma team legal wife sensem ye da epie ye ma wo se wo su duma kotene pa ewo maame Akosua Serwaa sensem mu ntina be bisa say team legal wife no ye wo team legal husband nso ana
Remember, Amuka, and now I'm support say, and now I'm identify with Akosua challenges. You know, they cannot be called wives because I'm a member. You know, it's a man, a team legal wives, a man be legal husbands.
it is no official na say we dey mo na mo de dimbi kakato so
Oh, but say you cannot also sit back and say Uber friend team legal wives member now say as supporter of team legal wives. I'm not a woman.
yo
So it's always stand to reason that if the team legal wives, the men are team legal men. It stands to reason that way.
okay it we a part of team legal husband udima kotene pa na obi olai adenti kwa na wode ho kodom ye maame Akosua Serwaa campo na wan kofa odobroni akache
What it has to do with issues like about You have to know where, after studying the matter, and you have to know where truth is and where maybe SCCA, and then depending on who you are, you can decide to bring the truth out, support what is right, support what is just, or you can decide to just play to the gallery. So, man, sorry, something me home condom Team Liga. It was, in fact, Team Liga wise even came after we had started having conversation on this thing. It came way a bit after, so I didn't even know anything about Team Liga. All I knew was there's a woman that was married to a certain man, and the man got involved with another girl, and the man is dead, and the woman that was involved with him seems to be disrespected. And I've always said, and I'll keep saying it, so even if the woman was bad, terrible, she still have played a role that we cannot ignore. That has always been my position. It has never been the case that the second woman I've looked down on her and I mean Buno and I mean when he say oh you'll be so we know yakoda. Oshedi omo can or call to say 2006 na papanisha and unless or yakoda kitikra or primary school or maybe SHS. I wonder why they were even like that way. It's no yakoda no penny be kodada no. Ekokope open kitwade. Kodada no anena kwakoya na kwakobi sabre. So she cannot also be at fault. Bema been a terminal creative problem. So that's how it is.
Obi bebusa say okasa mo sisi akra can say you don't even know why they lied that way. Meaning say court adansidie no kura na ekoma odobroni no kura no wo la Michael no still na odwene say adansidie no kura no eyentro.
Of course. No credit. No crow anchor. And yeah, you knew about Kuna Kakudia dance. I don't need my only papa only offer. Sometimes it happens, court in your cranny, you didn't more court. It's the consistency in your life. And to share my major can nipa no mummy na dance the yanino. One no na dance the CC so pepe. CC so just a consistency. And to achieve that, you needed to have practiced it for a long time. I also see a crowd in 2006, but they forgot to nipa no go school our mates. That is what it is. Go school, so mates were teacher for. Till 2006, people who knew her in school and all that, they can tell you that 2006 nothing in our class, or this level. And then go share Lumba at that time. So it only tells you that they were coached to be consistent with their evidence, however truthful or lying. And that's it. And it worked for them.
Michael, Ola, Obi baka say enu de say yentimi mfa no nkasem fi say me kwa bu nkompo hwe machi a me classmate bi a me for the din tudwa way back e wo mikrom konongo na yisisade but na oba school no na owo bad deda na wawo baako a one be ma na te
no primary school
na JSS tata na kan JSS
into no nya primary school
dabi
okay trust me
enti se obi akwara no ebi a awo ne ba ntem no ne papa ne hia na mo kwowo ye na se mo nante ye no se no de emfa ho ne school nsem ho
oni mo bi mfie de awona o checking the school which me ama range of age of a falling in so big catcher so we SHS 2004 you can be able to per that year you can be able to predict the age the panels say no nim se dache obeba babel da homa on intuni or popular dano show bunipa gunimu. Entino or Nkoma Wadi or birth set or the cool school or Ghana card or so you can't tell me that they can cover up all these tracks. That's not possible. It's people that have been with them, known them and all that. They can always come out and say that Nanipa is a minute call primary. You be primary this year. You could JSS this year. You could SHS this year. Nipa no our Casanavia or 32. Nipa now or cannot be more than 36. Kebe friend school mame. I'm just telling you, it's a court in Ukraine is the consistency of your life. Truth or fact are just a matter of opinion, and you have to back them with some things that people can work with. And so you're in court assembly akwakusi. Almost all so yeah. Let's take it. Copies appeal no be cancel that one.
Appeal the ceremony abred in the amode ebaso. Now I'm for say more lawyer, team legal wives and team legal husbands, lawyer Urakusi, and ni amwa yamami Akosua Serwaa. Serwaa what's in the side? I know what you say.
Then
Almost as an instant be a na enkoye ne packages be or they call the lawyer as the papa she the documents or more presented their court no more the gina social media the bloggers in radio for the TV for now so more kasa bebre wo social media oba ti wa mo din komo bebre nti na ko say ase omo nsem bia no mo chechire ne dem a no mo kasa saba bonte ba be sanim na ko fo chechire nti na ma tim legal side chick for no and odogo ni nkofo no nya all the information and lawyer so dey ka lawyer en kasa bebre sa nti sansa no wote ne sa na o dey say
some lawyer Nicky kind those times now he wasn't talking about the substantive issue and our court. He was only doing the peripherals. Let's get a difference. He wasn't talking about a substantive issue. He was only doing the social media commentary, which was different from what was in court. Success has so many friends. That's how it is. It wasn't winning to the Akosua no marrying, but winning, I'm sure nobody would have had a problem with that. So forget it. As here we and yeah, sure they die in him.
Ola unim odobroni personally unu na share pen no we busa say for say oyewuni aba fa ho hye ne shoe mu na oyewuni aba bia say bi o ye vulnerable ye kan say that the lumba sunsum ne katado so at the age na ye ka no e bia that the lumba no wa na so da ye da say obi share that the lumba kwa lumba e ba na kwan mu na oyewuni aba na say atuna you as a brother na wo ye ni nua aba no ka ubaka de wo kan say wo ne position
then America
I say what you say I say ono ne bra wa bre no eye hu ni say bi kra say wo say mfa no ntu ba bi na ono no e ma me Akosua Serwaa na the focus nyina nkono so na say aso ono oba na ono so duba ya remu no amafo so ono tena ho no ye ka ware ne de ono so bio okobetu no ofie eje be mata de esima no e ma na duane die esa so kra boa be ma wo mpam na say e pese e pia ne si nchen no amafo say enye fair to odobroni na say ka yo nua ba ka obeti asiesa.
I don't know amount for a cancer, but I can tell you they're dumb. They're dumb because they don't listen. I've never said same people be sinching. When they make us, I told you, say, let's not blame me. There's no way I've blamed that girl because I got a fault up. They may be able to money me in term. So how would I even say same people is sinching? So whoever says that or dumb, it doesn't listen. I've never said that anywhere in my life. And I won't even say that. The question of Oyewuni Aba doesn't even come in. But Oyewuni Aba, right from the start, I would have stopped her from going out with the man. Right from the start. Because the man was far older than she was. It's like Obini Niba. So Oyewuni Aba, can we see? But NSA, now I've never also said she's not supposed to be given any sort of recognition or whatever. Only Papa no. And then one mass 6, this is 4. I don't even know what they are talking about. So only one man will say, if not for nothing at all, cry, why be? Now big boy me boo come for near our try reform. I'm the second part. Come for pa abetono. Obi aye juma. So why would anybody say yen sin na me factor no? That's childish.
Okay. And yes, childish the idea a Uriaba or by Tiwaa. Because about Tiwaa no nia ho. Say ka mu nyina mo wo team league for yi mu de na nka ejame fan se ma babusua na sa wana.
Anya no cry. Osiminia, menene kasada. So I don't crave here. The only time I'm not on the numerous on a certain life, TikTok live be. I think she was part and she said one or two things. Yo. And that was all. She went off. So how can she be Minia?
Okay, yo, any onya any mo member, team legal wife member ba ko Obatiwa no waje asem agina mu pai. Wo as Ula Michael I also part of the legal people no. E pacho, aya wo tin all transit bia, aya na wo fa ne say.
Honestly, I don't listen to what she says.
Yo.
Right from the day I said Vice President, Her Excellency Jenana Ewu. Right from that day, I stopped paying attention to her. To Jenana Ewu.
Debbie, what you say?
I'll copy pictures, be at hospital, and when I watched the video, the way she was so emphatic, I was like, I almost believed it, but I felt like, why would I believe her when there are better platforms, more credible ones that we could get the news from? And it turned out that Obaa. So from there, look at data, you realize that there's nothing about her that I even watch or even listen to.
And not just episode just about to why credible in that sense, you know.
What now we use word? Now the word name, mommy.
And be you suicide, I say per the walking and one analysis I did by name I may a vice president, my maid Jane, no poku ask me a walking. Mama Patron Boom, I'm just mentioning your name to make a point. Not just I mean TSC, just say about to are credible because Otiase on film or not to the can emphatically say we're film. Now, with that being said, you know, now or your team legal wife part of more group no now ono so babonte be kan sem bebre no doesn't mean say na no mu nsem a wo kan no e ntronko a ana say de wo kan.
I only gave an example of when I stopped listening or paying attention to it. I don't know about normal Wakika. All I know is that since that time, our cancer vice president, it turned out to be it turned out not to be true. That's it. I don't pay attention to her.
Yo.
And there are too many people who talk on social media these days. There are too many people. So,
yo.
And you'll be an albeit me so you are paying attention or listening to them or all that thing. What am I saying?
Yo.
Yeah, there are a lot of them you watch and now you see it and like, this is so bad, I mean. Then you just have to let it go. Just forget about it and move on. That's how it has been.
Okay. Anyway, so pay attention there need the kind of be one kasa boss owura ayi nyina di ni die man pa owura wo say kwame despite my me babonte be ka say judgment e call ye no ono hye chiri pa ena ma odobroni edi nkunim e wo court no nsensem e ma sabio papa ya ono kra sebe Ghana for the media man na obia kra ma na no entina no kasa de babonte be kasa be chiri mu because asem ne kana koma wakeka se bebre kura ma na me no ka se wose sabi otekokọ so ahemfu ni bi kura age adamude wo odobroni nsensem yi ho waka nsem pa ma na me no ka se wose George Ewura Dorinda Smith ata kura so ene ne nkrofo nyina moje sabi adamude nti omu nyina ka ho bi na ma odobroni eyi achia egu ya ma me Akosua Serwaa so sanse mu nyina ye montumu wo ho.
So now we can't as I've told you, I've not listened to her. So the walking, I have not listened. You see, me, if I say this person, I don't listen to this person. I don't. no matter what the person says. I just will be never catch and said, okay. I mean, in classes or judge, so I could judge them or whatever. Now, would you know? So, no, you be to me. And then social media, and everybody seems to be a blogger or journalist. I don't even know what is going on. But I know be an to me, you marry. What do I say? You need to be sure of how good you are at controlling emotions, Sometimes your allegiance or your loyalty or your relationship with other people can affect what you know. So nipa yen some ya okay. Some are okay. Maintain on a walker. I don't know how she put it. I don't know how she got the information, but I think saying yes, say you did actually. Unless she was able to provide evidence to all these claims, yes, say did actually. You can sometimes allege about something happening, but to be emphatic, that's a challenge.
Any Ibrahim, Obika say, na se mu nyina mu ofie ba ku mu di agro na mu nyina mu focus on e ma me Akosua Serwaa na mu agenda de say mo ma victory a prevail for ye ma me Akosua Serwaa ware a ono e ware da de lumba na say da de lumba ware no na emu ba ko afira bonti abeka say ba ko enum a onsem a wo kan bi wo ho a me emfa ne serious no enye wuram kakra say team legal of we team legal husband and na ma me Obaa Tiwaa
name association be I register me as a team legal husband member.
Say
enye ku and enye registered association and members are you might say so members rules and regulations are who you don't do this, you don't do that. I don't know it to be like that. It is just people who identify with a certain belief, who identify with the fact that a certain woman is being disrespected and they just want the truth or they want the right thing to be done. That's all it is about. I don't know about a cool way no, I don't. It's just sometimes I think I hear people say amongst them there are people that also as Tokwa or whatever. I don't even know it, but I just want to say I do not know it as a registered group, an association. I do not know it as so. I know it as a movement. People from every part, depending on how they understand the issues, can also identify themselves with. But it is not a new coup. I could register here joining. I think that should be clear. If it's a coup beside there, trust me, I don't know about it. I'm not aware.
Any when I went here and our casa because Ashanti Queen, I also example pardon my mame, Akosua Serwaa to the car said they wanted to register the group. And I said Team Legal Wives Association or Obaa Tiwaa Edikan for register. And so we media na pair Ashanti Queen and Masam na made to Ghana. And so we need the infant
Team Legal Wife Association or Obaa Tiwaa register.
According to Ashanti Queen.
I will register the other. Can you force? I say we now could done as a pepe but what would they do with that association? Anyway, I'll leave it.
Ebia omo de beto obi nso de ba na makofa e de aka obi nso de ama no obi nso asem de ama no ebia sa na be hakoy.
Yeah, good luck to them.
Yo, Ola, are you disappointed in Ghana judiciary system ana?
Disappointed in the system, no. But disappointed in certain rulings, yes. You cannot wholly put everything together and be disappointed because you have not known what has happened everywhere. We now be our same way now we are aware. But there have been cases that have been properly adjudicated that that needs to be talked about and praised. So I can't be disappointed in the Ghana judicial system.
Me narrow my question no centers around him Akosua Serwaa and on the Brunin that the lumber and semi busa question be I'm not
Okay, so that's case specific.
yes,
So
me what's our him. Yes.
So the question will be if I'm disappointed in the judgments and the rulings.
So me no me ba hold on. Me no nam kwano so na me de ba be wura mti no. The person busa say, are you disappointed in judgment a free yama miss Dorinda Smith at a ho e buy no.
I said that long ago that I was disappointed in the ruling, in the judgment, because it wasn't something that we expected, and her reasons for some of the things too felt a bit uncomfortable. Me for that judgment, I've always said I'm disappointed, and I have every right to be disappointed in the judgment. And I've said it countless times that it was not a good judgment.
Our real abafu our real munyam no ayera ho. As a master chief for anya timi na.
So ubetimi no bi akotwe mpena na onware wa one ne to no one ne the yanso one ni pia no abema no adada no won ya no wa akoto atade mo pam atade adekra rekro. Ese una ma wodi oba bi chenya o yiri class o chale wifi ni so ade nyina say o say jai because odi ya wifi ni so wa ware no. Ese no kwa hunya so kwa ko ho abusua according to the ruling no. Between no be bad na nkomo abusua nkotua dondo nkotua trinsa nkotua hwe wa ware no. That's how bad the ruling was.
Well, as my okay, just the what the ware no tare from cry too much.
Yeah, that then the judgment about me actually. That's what it means. You don't the judgment you need no. So what here say our sanity will be for a period of time. You don't need to sell kwakwen and what they'll question. Wow, no. Then again, Matisse Muslim Rabin so I say no batna from 6 months mutina boom cohabitation. From 6 months going just right. And Rano Suhun is a worry for. Then why do you worry people to go and wed you? I want to know. These are the things that will shape society, and people will look at these rulings and these judgments and then make their decision on it. Me six will be a man based on this ruling. Coming why will be about that. I worry no minko how many book and go where they are now because this is a high court ruling. And the high court ruling and so there and our judgment and so there it's taken everywhere. That's how it's gonna be.
Ola free judge ruling ni muna ye memrebusa wasem yi. That number ebra o free mo no. Ya papa anenya be ma kwa me plus ebe tro se ni wo no kwa de the woodie nanso shockingly the cool no doso eno shocking esen ni wo na nkasa ajagraja ebe awonte be ka say a human error any cool Charles Kodefusi ya papa that the number eno achi autopsy nsem ba ya na wo say man for person mo ye autopsy ni nua ba abrem poma e de koy autopsy nsem eno apenda wa mekopia himfie nyina ewi achire that number eye ni aye o de Kwame A+ nsem obetro to social media na wo fa adagwaja nsem ono so kaye na wo pe ni nua ba no justice na wo pese opese wo ye autopsy na bi kase campon ko gina ne dan no okobo mu ya mfi no de ya uji dise autopsy no the Abusuapanin Kofi to park ebe kan say omaye na mabre mpoma kwan say wonye na wanya de na ojiri say that number yi no ye pre ye ho ana
For ye meka say yentuabo nsabi empepre ho ade kwa akoye ye ne nyansa bia ne faso bia ne so ato bia no nipa bi to na yi ni wo awu ni ye nti na asumde aba abusuam. You could have done that. The two is nipa bi to na ni wo awu ni ensuti no manso da so yetimi ma ne dem a da fridge ma ye ka say bi de da fridge in bed 10 years ye go so twa ho manso ebi say 5 years ye go so twa manso so what was the rush for the rush here akoye you only give room for speculation there na mo this what are you hiding now where you omokoye people who ye na omokoye on asu anu say omokogu da lumba so I think said they should have waited yakwa nya ne ra January nti say mpo so mo ka so be ye no match but now can team resolve some of the issues in Frio. It was not worth it.
And yeah, kasi bra ene woti na konwa mu Peace FM 104.3 ye bra kwasi aboaje ene onu jira mu pa o kasa ye nya yie no na eye ayifo no emochirefo no de e ka ne doso de na ka wala nkasa nkasa mre nkogusu shema ka ka nka buragu ha ma ka ka no tumi ntua wo
One na complaining
kwasi aboaje kwa ka bi e ma yi
ona na etia kan amwa no mu tia kan we dey complaining mu tia kan complain na sisikani wa then we can find a way to find money to pay. It shouldn't be a big deal. And your dad lumba some near king thank you to your bunya say your own match unless you or them to match ambo kasi are you sure says and that peace of mind in the buyer and you see a pesca de ayantinka unya scanner that account man no mu left right center near the couldn't it a big granty a big dimentia thank you very much. It was all they all finding excuses to make sure some be good and mercy. I'm sure someone no me saying I see we money were they happy is it the kind of funeral they thought that Lumba deserved? Somewhere
na ade na ola na kaye na kampase kaye ne yesa se nipa ba ye ohwe park no so nipa ba nipa jina fu ne ho ma o che so do
akwa
boni
ye okumasida
o se ja santi atimi ni be ma pa de me ho ayi pa
akwa ye okumasida
eja pa to me pa ba ko yi be okumase pa
oh think a boy a wo aye na yida
soroku fo no
nye bi na omoye no
sana hu no ho
na ye penyina ye na omoye no 1 week from here na kran fa compare don't you see the vast difference there 1 week aye na kra o de mpo you 1 week ni fro video kra na nya busuafo na ye compare video no two way video na quiet short one be crying no crying about I think it was even less than 5 hours or so compare video to the omokoya no trukano and yet opinion you know me and kwada you know they had to just do it that's all because I think there was pressure to get it done and I don't know who was giving them the pressure.
na ene o ne adagoja ba ya dwen na wa say a human error ene kuda de number no o ne ba ya dwen o ke kai ka 1+1 bi boma
When him do I was not in the house, but me who say Odobro needs to corner sorry or whatever. TB Odobro in a catcher no. Me, I don't know. I was not in the house. I don't know what killed the man because they didn't give us privy to the so-called autopsy of so mine. As at now, crowd to also nim baby say lumba.
there be minim that do man so dey minim
Baby say that a kid.
oh that the kid there of course
I na kama. I don't know lumba there the anabasa. Only baby say no. Nobody knows. Aji Odobro ni na Abusuapanin ni.
Ebi afisi adana na ebe meye hu ebi afene so ana ebe meye hu
afisi adana e chebe enna afisi ada na e kokko chire na ana ba bi crazy obi de she anya ruka se na yiro tini ade na sen musi na yirim yemienu a ade na ba akunim na ba akunim because ade na wo unka bi mo Odobro ni mu ase musi on de yenyi o musi nchen kra but the omu ye nyina no ma ayi panyine no mo yi na sinche but nobody is talking about that one Odobro ni baby esi ni kunu ade na mama say wade oni baby esi ni kunu is it fair
because mo say ye no wa ama se mo say ka odo be ma ne pa ye no ka be ba se de tie bia no be ba ye no na wa ma ye no dia ne se bi
me baby I invite me nko Obi invited a ye. I Jina phone so catch your do the omrana, ya provide security man, your friend, my Mr. Waka, be visa channel. It only tells you that you know near person of about. Ya can't change ye. Bisa no be of a catch of business. So much invitation, how they invited her to the funeral. Apart from say a catches a new rat at all in Bonkum, so they should tell you how they invited her to a funeral. But say TV at the Roma, Muhu was a penny or tea, I say through Dobroni, say Omra. The man issue Omra na police for I when the commander Kasama, police for you I ready. How Mobon Baba. That same was a penny no only a mammy Serwaa number. When I go just our number of friend. And that is in your trim seminar. It only tells you that the Abusuapanin or one they were one-sided. I don't know what they were promised. I don't know what they saw. I don't know what the plan was, but I'm normally one side. Tusha and command considering now we antagonistic towards Akosua. And nipa be here, being team legal watching because how can you be antagonistic towards one side? Even from a one lawyer, yes, so-called Lumba lawyer. Right from the word go, she has always been antagonistic towards Abusuapanin. So, over there, your pepe. I'm not inviting a yentin woman to Nimnikun baby and Nikun, and now she has every right to ask if she wants to.
Well, because send the money by a cavern, ne, or my carrying an buy, and say, my million man, said you, and the man bet my action, say, oh, that.
Man, baby is your papa.
Said you,
my cousin's own baby is your papa.
Ada for my reliable source, no, you just a moon baby is your papa.
The man or my catch will be said, or mooning baby is your papa. I'm with my muncher, mammy. I'm with my muncher baby, I'm on papa.
Ada, what is a moon man?
Yeah, my question, maybe so many moments from mammy baby is your papa. Body I decor to a year nasi. One name was a luman. Yeah, no more in the crown.
Said a reveal a cat a sabi moon and him.
Yes, I'm more quiet. We catch on say, and maybe to young cherry. Why your body at the corner? Then you lumber body at the abattoir. Man, who book Abusuapanin will get me out to train, crowd go at that and no catasso, so. So after exposing the hidden agenda, now they had to open, show you something like a human body lying in the cover the face. About Bayama. One of the Lumba and Neda. Lumba and Neda came in any mansion. There are too many things going on. And I went on before the funeral. I'm quite knew what they were doing. The Beyonce knew you did chef for my infifi. And then I be paid that crop.
Well, Michael, all per se, we see the asset Abusuapanin to park and funeral committee for na Roman father ka ho na Collins and Bawusa and Kwamo ka ho ni nyina no. Emu na eda park no so wo da dumba ayi no. Suppose emu no, are you confirming say enye da number body and na da ho no?
Now I'm quite any I can't confirm. But there's nobody that can tell you say that lumba down. There's nothing that they could have used to tell you say that lumba down. A bit more yes, I don't know. It's me Akosua cops near the will be cops about ye. It happens, it's normal in Ghana here. A bit more to me ye dummy. Near the Ababato, they say on the down near the ye. But I know, say, body nom the cook masino. I'm not too sure, say that lumba body in the down. No, Beyonce no could be getting out confirm say who said that lumba in the down. That's how it is.
Abusuapanin say that lumba trot to the real mu say that you know what yemfa vein enkata nanim.
Na da benye kan we wa ko hu.
Oh, also trot to ho.
Nipa na afi na wo ko sie no. O ye den ko bi ewe also. Nipa afi na ko sie no. Ya kan we.
Ano Abusuapanin be kan you was so trot to ho.
Ana mesu me bisa say nipa afi na ko sie no. Ye ko nya na we we. One a project letter of administration or court. Answer no party. They make action. They make action. You're sorry, preoccupy. You're far way on to them. Will you're fan to them. Uja will or them will be able to know who they watch on. They can create chaos. It's in a will. Ye jama court. Tinipenu we are near Koji a home crater. Ama ye de akwaku yi will no. Aba be kanya trebusia for at a certain time. Ubi any quasi or on the kuhu will and sani abekan. If there is a will. It is a penny Bekajo said, or Trotton will muse, who are me meaning to Obaa. No, he was misled. Honestly, he was only enjoying the film. And then the film, that way. He was only being misled. And I won't have a will, a kind process, Titiana. There was no way he can tell you and you will believe it. Say, or Trotton will muse, who are me, young Katanani. We're no Kuhunaway. Or who will know I necessary would be her and or Mukumu say a young Katan anima, me anima. Then there's a problem. Then there's a big problem. That will can really be forged, and I say it can be changed to suit one party or one person, because that was the wrong time for any will to be open or to be read or anything. It's your mom, you know, boy, or be trying to will be. So if your cast be a nipano, edi nkomochre nipa binom say, who are name being any man. That's a different thing. But the moment you mention so try to will muno, then that's a lie.
Yo, anyway, la one can say will be the nkomo or say that the lumba try to ho. Nemo no answer na wode view ne kate na nemo no ne mane nyina twahia ma obi so kire ne mane nti mane de
o sit that the lumba no tobo o sit that the lumba trot on a wheel move and our trot ho. The two are not the same.
Okay, my can exactly what he said. Or say that the lumba trot to ho. What I say?
Then that means that cannot mean so trot a wheel move. So okay. Then the trot to what there it can be anywhere. If you trot and I'll catch your dobroni, say me who are me say, and I'll catch a young Bobby. I mean, those things are normal, they can be done. But would the will no, that's where everything changes.
Matias, also a trot to ho. Into a trot to way na more acquire so or don't know did the lumba and some or trot to hono.
Or trot to hono, or no that lumba no in casa for a long time to a trot to him. One a demand. Or trot to him or trot to him. Trona was still a trot to on. Does he know that lumba handwriting? What did he even investigate? Said chrono ABI if he did lumba now and also will be na a conjure bibiamano. Did he have the capacity to investigate that? Did he even give time to investigate? See, a trot to what they are said, we will be able to actual bibiamano. She said, "Your cultural, your lawyer phone cultural says, Akosua said, why didn't grab back a young woman, nay, fever no more because of the man." Said she was a bank as on lawyer phone the train. I'm so able to penny in a dinny dish. Yeah, if that is the same system, maybe you'll be a trouble. We say that number dia or car too, and on also ownership. Any be at the entire and any just I know I want you know. Udi mika this better about this that lumba short for nipa owning in casa owning wa we interview chese owning in casa crache or short to here or be catch wa in their concert
yo
short to him fan or be catch how kuhunu way when she that and son any penny it was short to him who was the custodian of that chrono. What is the guarantee saying no credit? Did he have time to investigate all these things? And now you can't know this one. No, they are very fans. It's a penny to back.
And it's Abusuapanin na busa say, you ma meko say wakra bi esi ni kunkura no wonim. And Abusuapanin so kura so akra busa me say minim be bi esi lumba na. And I say busa say, ba minim be bi esi dada kedi. Na Abusuapanin to park say, dienti a what the lumba emu na sie na mo obi hu be bi esi no no say. Tim legal wife for say siesie lumba kura ombetu omekwa kutu emu no akwakoye autopsy na sense on person de hye nanim begu asese mekwa kutu ni funu nti no na wode atete obi a because obese mekwa kutu na woje ne say
he's only finding flimsy excuses for what he has done in Fina. And yet in legal wife will be an legal wife for me of for no to fun. Court rule in nature say Funia Busiadia. Yabusian Penidia. Team legal wife for Mokoya Busia for that bay on Mune Quago to Funtin, team legal wife for tea. Would the Fununa could see? He's only finding excuses, useless excuses for what he has done. But yeah, sure said that's the reason. There's a more reason why Mudi Funa see.
e be there
I want a bit in a catcher. I'm gonna name the chum they say. So I'm gonna be in a chair.
Ola do make some utterances be about that the lumba and I mamma Akosua Serwaa ma omoba eyi ni bi na say we are very disappointed e won kwara nim adentia
Me disappointed almost all my day.
say omoba eyi ni bi I say person chesa so mama kwara no fe buo mo mama I say o kase mu nyina na kwara say they shouldn't have come for the funeral.
Well, that's how you understood it. But the part I was saying said Omo Baniche so my no one show me to be antagonistic towards Omo Papa no that part Monty. So the fact that Omo Baniche so Omo Mamino was a good woman. 1 year 1 man crano I need time be more do that one too nobody listen or paid attention to. But only the part that I say they coming also is a disappointment to Omo Mamino Kwan is sticky. Oh, I see. But the truth is that if I were them, I would still not have come for the funeral. Coming back.
O papa no sebi o nyame nam no so ma ne sebi o na temaba e ma oba asase so afiri na wo de akonya ne hye wo sa wo ba
Because me papa fu no the whole sem no yen kan wi nka memba me banzo so a me ntwem yen ye no. But unfortunately he hasn't got a son like me. It's in the unya ne ma o wa no on behwe ma isi on papa trokano eye na eye trokano and they were in there. It's in omo by and a disappointment, and again we share the other side. So he also tells you say, "Oh my mate, it's your muye." So that's how it is. But for me, maybe need that lumba by which I cannot be. Kamemba, cannot be be see you know. Coming to many see, cause me bema me ba penny. The brenasu siminasu. Coming to many see that. But unfortunately, when you baby to semi, to the onya and on the so far so anonya.
Obeka se ayi sebi o ye radio nipa o ye social media nipa o ye adwuma o despite media o so so kura so di emu akotene wo team legal wife for nsem bi ne team legal husband self nsem ade na wo sebi o pese wo ne Calvin ene san kura ne kasa why didn't you find ways and means what the papa
I don't want to talk to them. So me person no mo kasa. Yes, come find me, but me person no mo kasa. So why would I need a way to talk to them?
ene na wo akonya ne se no be kasa no man kasa ene o mabade ane ade na wo kan wase
Say uno ye juma ye nye bibia na ono bi ko kasa asa no aka wase. Obi sa me won se ma wo so can be what from I know ma kasa asa na wo kan. You don't need to do that. So what is the point? Make me friend my guy and say me baba can wase me ntina me from. Ana me friend was say asem we na asem we a wo yi enye jai. He's not my friend. Onye madam for. That no abusu any be anywhere or madam for. The number is in your money and it's all because it's more like a national issue. Now me I involved. I Obisams or Dobro in Meshanida. But one Muzam Sakuza Meshanida. None of them has been before I honor pound. None of them has been my friend before now. I accept naba. Ye Juman ye Juman Susua, ye Shababia no crewo, Maya Hamao, and you'll be on a benedict, and you'll be on a penny sad. But it will not stop us from doing it. I'm Robert Kokuria will be, Isia, and Benus Muchna, Yabeka. I'm Robert Koku, be Sia, and Benus Muchna, Yabeka. Nipana, you kuno, Yaya Danfo. I'm Robert Nuzunia Busha for. But Yabeka, that is the nature of the job. Ye Kansas to a baby Nazbeka, I'm one said the Acrofona and yet Tiosi Kumobi. Yabeka, Bisbeka, me abo police force, abo police force, boss, our copies on Metuum. Yabeka, I mean, everybody will have their own side that they want to take the story from. You can't begrudge them. That is the nature of the job.
If you cross that bridge from Kora, dear, oh, we are bridge from quarantine, no more dear, Muno Mamma and money into the Becabian, nobody so into a Yashia almost. Ah, Omoya bridge from my.
I know some pepper need a be no mocasa, not sure. There was some way in your muntimine. It was very important. But hey, Omusa, Namoka, Omusa. So me make us Omusa and say, I'm planning money being say a lawyer for. So Musa, I said lawyer for no soon. Anyway, but that is what has happened. So yeah, funny sir.
And the amount for be saying, my Akosua Serwaa, one free guy, Abagana. Na I said, one politician, I want your campaign, I would not cast so near the if my Akosua Serwaa pioneer, but me, I know I'm Paka say, or Kasa, said that the Lumba pint in your John Agent a crown coin, say, my me, where your home, where you done one, say, one yet, will be our papa, won't know Wama, what Bagana, castle your campaign, up Pega, marriage certificate I printing as banner e dey chere Akosua Serwaa hu de oga it's me what be
Ona woka
amafo se mo kan ni o na we bende amafo Ghana fo bi e keka on social media so
bodin bako
say social media dey wa woka ya obi atime twa camera cancel nti bia na me so hu
nti bodin bako wan no social media o kasa
metima bo videos ni bi a kire wa hu we dey hu se nkofo be na ma commentary ho chicken one mu nyina ka bi chicken one mu ka bi say ma me say ono kra no dey ho o say wadane campaigner o politician o campaign bi kra say o free airport ni pe do ma di na chi dey ma me go say wa ka ba kra kulani ene rabanti bi ko dey mrantie hene wo say ma me go say wa o ba ya wo yi wa mu ama sabi o braze akra tete ho wo do wa mu kire odobroni akata na ho asie wo de ho ba ya wo yi wo ho na wo pija Akosua Serwaa sa na wo tie oba kunafo na wo yesei ene ensa me de ewura dos libre
odobroni ko aja graduate ne papa on spiritual father wo no o chia no hu na ham
ene ese nye odobroni ka baba de twae
o hu na ham ono na o kasanse don so ka no cameraman ni twae ana ma me ne ko so cameraman di si ni so
sa yi
se cameraman ni twae
se cameraman akwara ne twae baby na oba ya odi kutunkura kata ne ho ana oyi 1 week no asno odi ntuma kata ne ho ana akaba ne ho no no so cameraman ni twae
ti de omo ku na o se so omo kan na me bisa o se odobroni ko ne spiritual father jagraja ho wo chia no ti na namugu ho no ohui
menim
ti ade no won kan je so all ko no se ko share kabane slater we are sure zen kana na namu begu ho all ko no so wo share kaba any slate kana namu begu ho na wo share atade tintin ti se jalabia kana namu begu ho. These are unnecessary things people look at. Say na him na the brazier go on at the end or far then I say na tade e ho pakakra na the brazier go a kakra show a why bonny since when the brazier show on nipa beti who is nudity Okoji marriage certificate to no more can are they dumb enough to know say enough not to know say that sheet, that printout, it was at the airport, even from the morning. Didn't they see it? Didn't they see Obin edition? She's only appreciating people for supporting her cause, and you don't know how much this means to her. So Obi or any problems with it,
And the man for class says, "Mammy crowd no percent lumba a corner no mumba yesta." He say lumba no is one the superstars is here. I say na lumba.
I'm pregnant, so person lumba corner so best are not to pack movement. Oh, reforms are no answer. For Nini Pansa, a sepa to we are no hair. Those a Saudi and two. Why you my bells a so she near one's a Adam marry me, I mean, son, and I mean, you have been son, I marry. Was a phone in Pansa, a phone in Pansa, I say. I was a pregnant so train, Selum Babu, no bear, answer best start, never. Although Bruni, no one knowing, and then there will be a friend of Bruni. To also cancel Lumbabe, no bombay Lumbabe, now also bear popular now. Although Bruni, some PCC, I say, team, I'm from Hossein Cry. I'm say, team, the main.
Timodo Bruni and our team side check association said there will be canon. By a new Timodo Bruni.
And Manning Pier, if they also not come out. Such as an open or try Kunumba now, try Malumba Una Babe. Some of these things you don't even need to pay attention to them. Many Bibiana may pay attention to. With Crabbe, that there are some of them may call TikToks and I just scroll shit. What the most important things that I see, but sometimes I don't see anything important, so I just close the app.
If you cross say Obi you can afford it. O ma wadanfo ayi ukunu adanfo papa shi e tare o sa de na dey say de e wo say e ma court no kura hye na papa shi e ware Akosua Serwaa because otin tare no dodo
Kwada sem yanko de hia so
yanko de hia so ampa Ghana fo kasa o ene Ghana fo so say eyi no abeba so ana say ma so
eyi be
Tibilega for some by a match. Say ye never cost abaso.
If everything goes on well.
Oh, sir.
Some musicians being so cassette. Almost they were not happy with the way a year course so commercial. So if there's gonna be another funeral, they also be glad to be part of it. So Nipa be brina person properly done. And so it's up to the other part of the family, to put things together. Match they were here. If they don't start now, they may have to postpone it again. Because putting together a legend a year this year, it takes a lot. A year and a presidency on betting and a state state barrier now, state assisted barrier. So cook who state assisted barrier bill. That a KD. A pedigree drew that lumba as we had that Acadia ye. If I what he did you. It's so a year no match now Omaka, but if we don't start preparing now, maybe we may have to postpone it again because match is just here. I'm sure we are days in so content him now and who match and news is here. I'll be happy so match.
Okay. Now Obra yes here lumba no still number ye na number fa kwa bisa ko tufunu no na maye autopsy fufuro.
Unsa man for ye or Ghana sabe American. Amu de front di o machiba. Yes, see from we are betting ye. I wish I'm from we are betting at Nasa.
Yo.
If you know the Abusuapanin they are hearing your modia. I was just a wapper will be Ghana or betting us or Germany. Number now for betting a share some more than a year. To be anti me almost say. And you from one a day you will phone now on your say yes, see any panel. And Sunny a bay ye.
They said yes, lumba crowd were yes, lumba legend from you know. I was saying no region by region, a greater cry, a Kumasi for the NT with the Bayana cry. from Accra na akọ bi a Western region so na ye bi e te ye no mo ye no peace baby ana.
Yeah, no, yeah, man for adventure.
Okay.
All that Abusuapanin fan be no amubo nyo de course no can say on be so mo ye Charles ye ni ye papa fata Charles. On be so mo ye papa fata. That is all they are saying. The akabia nipa bi ka region by region there nipa bi masem no mo kan ya Abusuapanin no eka.
Yeah. Now say autopsy as they say they do autopsy as na to nchen kra. Me ma me kasem Nigeria ni ababa abrante e fe no mo bad. Efiri mu suddenly about 2-3 years ago and okoye. Ema ekosie no. Nigeria ban gina mu ehweye. Ema omusa ko tu mu no. A me no ka say emu no egusu e wo mortuary a mo ye another autopsy aye further investigation. Now team legal wife for bi esu Obaa Tiwaa eka ho bi esugu his excellency John Dramani Mahama eso ola o ye NDC ni kese pa oyo papa eso say omwa na da number emu no ono fa the tumi as president emma order emma yenkutu na yen run another autopsy say the beya omakoma beto mu yem na de ni aba abrempoma so akoma betimi ato ne yem na abusuafo bi aka saa asem no oje ne say Obaa Tiwaa ka bi na team legal wife ni bi nso ka na mama mfato ho say Mohbad no ye musician wo Ghana sorry Nigeria a young musician
Mohbad say omunim ba bi esi no na
anything I make say almost say his excellency John Dramani Mahama emfa ne tumi as the president of the republic emma that number mu no yehu ba bi ewo na afi yentu ne yenya another yen run another autopsy said the beya brempoma ne busuafo bi aka akoma ebetimi ato mo yem eno no Ola Michael ojene say
you don't just get up and say it's a president funny to me it's a president in your autocratic nation. What you say? In the autocratic nation, president to me funny to me nyade is the Abusuapanin also amoko the court so mo adishaya omu and Tamane more FL autopsy maybe I think they may have filed a maybe criminal case or suggestive criminal case Serbia Lumba no Bina Kuno. So Komuya and the side then they could have opened up for investigation. Kabine I don't know Saber two from so Kopim say I hear autopsy to really know what killed the man. I don't know if they did or did not do that, but I think I heard say Muye Bisa by saying I na Kusi baby. Nti obi antimi mpa president acho so onhwe ne yenkotu funu no de enkohwe funu ne yenkotu ne enkohwe autopsy ayemra we need to file a criminal case na me ade amehun say issues relating to Lumba nini wo no as it is now the court baby I have bedi for because ayehu
o person try say obedi for say
bedi for the court baby I say bedi for too e be ananke the kwanto bodua no the corner boko koye na nipa ni bi wu free na I feel what in the court because it doesn't seem like the court is ready to listen to any case concerning Lumba fairly for now. That's how it is. It doesn't seem like they are ready to listen to the case fairly and justifiably. And I'm also a lawyer for the case, so they know. Lawyer form are more a bank case, they all know they're making. Because say any bidding come on. The all tell us a challenge, more case with it. We meet me and do because more involved in that. I'm more controlling, I'm more puppeting, man. They are big men. We can't go against them. And they won't tell you who these big men are. The amethyst and go for dinner. If say Nanado. He said Nanado, na MPP for. Look, Nanado has no interest in this case. Only Nanado side check on Obaa.
Debut. And it's catch them.
In country, me be so.
But Debbie.
So only the side check on Obaa.
Debbie.
The only man I Serwaa, one can never
Serwaa Bruni.
I honestly know the Bruni on.
So Bruni for the Obaa.
Nanado has no interest in this case. MPP in Penfono now they have no interest. In fact, most of them are even sympathizing with Akosua Serwaa. But then go for to be and a year and my friend is saying, more didn't be on my friend. Oh, she no, there's a tree name for it. Friends say influence mongering and now baby sir. My friend is, I think it's influence mongering. Baby sir. Go for be na almost say. And I'm with the money, she said, I'm on a and I'm almost an MPP pen for be she cover money to me be MPP. How many position be MPP? In fact, they are nobody in the MPP now as we speak. And I can tell you for a fact, since one way I say yen basso, our cry, Nanado did there. The a basso wa cry, Momoko sin a year, most in another team. Both about me at team. What am I? Just to tell you that the more year person much as Nanado more 9 people from Penfobi Sao no. He has made I can make checks just say he has nothing to do with Nanado. He's even not happy with the way things have been handled. It in one quay yini bino. Oh, Kumaze yini kwenye untumina koi. Untumina ze kumasa note. It in one kobino. Look, say komu ye we tutu no me ya kabun present mama or bungu Nanado or one tree crabun kufo kra we yinase. Company for a bequay, young penny for Tiwaa. But you go for be mercy, Kabidio money. And nay, as soon Debbie did you money no Mukudins and no Makuguni Panamass, and names a Lumba Tias no more case. Kilumba Yena Mokoshan. It's me, I just want to make a point, class. They should stop talking about Stan and Ado and NPP in Penfobi, MPP in Penfobi. They are not happy with what went on. I just said, one more. They are not happy with what went on, and then baby now they don't even know where all these allegations are coming from. Because nipa two pepi and a munim some MP before more aja than a town money as said to no money to me be our MPP or money influence be our MPP or munyo be our MPP.
Olana two pefui him for.
You know them.
Oh, Petre, a Fiakuto, and Collins, also Mankwana.
Only more, me be a day. Amunyo be our MPP. So,
if you could hold on. Okay, if you could do any Collins, also Mankwana.
Una Ubodin. Sir, Una Ubodin. Semino Casemi Mobi.
Still, the everybody say if you could do Maslock, any Collins, also Mankwa, former MP. Omonin Kofwa. Na amount for a target if you could say or no a odobuni any part on this one here. On the call the bar on the dressing no share with Jeff from California there and callers also the car a year funeral committee on also the car home a little crown be in who free my letter or the car who be it a morning call for me boom comprehend a chair a more year MP before I say me omudimu akotere enti omo asem na wo kan yana
na wo body me mo bi yo back them we can makari to una only more to be out there show una out there show nyam there show
okay yo eyena maso a we disappointed ana
right very disappointed also Basso
okay
your Basso Germany grand try now I wish I could you are crack almost I do Germany
okay
1 year is not that's how bad 1 year no more by 1 year near got enough mercy and one I better come up
yo
because the stadium team ko you Kumasi be
I said they can you be what that amamre we can to me sir
by 1 year they wait here no Just say yeah, you are crap. No movie. No more June one. No more a year or the Germany or a German forces so at me. I 1 year. No more bad Ben or Kumasi. It would have been nice.
Yo. Olani medasi for wama Akosua Serwaa ne lumba na odo broni nsensemi ho. Other matters na me dija okwan krai. Many years ago, on fight ye say on tia say the ntia Akosua Boaje of Peace FM. A show ye transmit show no through Hello FM. E wo kuma say ma wo Ola Michael wonen nkofo bi sori tia ye demonstration against that. E ma me nua be ma Dave Hammer enya akonya be hosti on one entertainment show, entertainment review Hello FM. And then moving forward no you Ola Michael no na ne Akosua Boaje e call retirement yi ye do wase akonya no so say host of entertainment review on Peace 104.3 FM. Say any mayor demonstration na we edit here say Peace FM for when na omo amfa omo program no e wo Kumasi no na mo so Kumasi for no munum de no any mayor ka obeye. And did you ever thought to say there will be a day obeye the host of Peace FM entertainment show na?
There was no demonstration. It was only an agitation and maybe an objection to something, but there was no demonstration. And they it's in there. And I still now on entertainment review, that's what Kumasi, I'll still do the same thing. I think that there's a lot of stories in Kumasi, in Ashanti region and other regions. And entertainment review is not able to capture every story across the regions in Ghana. So apart from news, all other programs, if we can create competitive ones at the regional level, that's a different thing. But if we can create competitive ones, why should we take the one from Accra to the regional level? For people who Kumasi not support a show T entertainment review, I can still go on YouTube, go on Facebook, Peace FM 104.3. Entertainment review will be there for you. There are hello entertainment review so. So now I would have done the same thing, but just to clarify, there was no demonstration.
Okay. Now sit to say as the host and I'm doing as the host of entertainment reviews, you see now it's Akosua Boaje akonya no. How does it make you feel?
I'm sure I need different. Sometimes or 2 months, I can be there for 3 months sometimes. It's normal. It's the same thing. It's nothing different. The only thing is that people's expectation is how are you going to change it? What different thing are you going to bring on board? Usually, started before Friday. What people do on most of the shows is the year in reviews, the year in retrospectives, and then we go back to what happened last year, because usually before the beginning of the year, Anna news in share new. Like if you see what I'm doing, I'm not even depending on those news. I'm actually creating it myself. It's not my lining up. Or more into the tourism, arts, and tourism, culture, and creative arts.
Yeah.
More and more appointments for Muninano. Everybody will have to be coming and accounting to the people. 1 year in office. I started with GTDC, Ghana Tourism Development Company, this Saturday. And next Saturday, the enemy, Creative Arts Agency CEO and Executive Secretary will be there. The following Saturday is, I think, is the GTA Chief Executive Nankasa. So I've lined up all these people, and Obaa opinion, National Film Authority Chief Executive will be this week. I think she wanted to be on the weekend, the weekday show rather than the Saturday evening. So oh, my appointment, number 2, be come back. But that's not how it used to be. But this is something different I'm doing. So that we get to take stock of what has happened. Because politicians now 1 year under Mahama, inflation will say, we had to say. But I'll say I'm saying here, so 1 year under Mahama, or my 43 promises, a Musa and Motimia, Indian Muntiminia, DNA, a consider mamma. Afia Remudia Namoya Mai. We need to let people account to the people that voted for them, and that's what I'm doing. So it is not too much of a new thing, but it is a new strategy. And kakra. I know that Kosia has been on the show for 19 years or so, so his voice will take a long time for people to let go. And I'm sure people are going to look at me, normally may compare, and then trying to wish that I sound like him, act like him, behave like him, but it's not going to happen. I don't walk in people's shadows. I walk in my own shadow. I do my own thing. And Father friend me before in September to tell me about this. He told me, do it the way you feel will work for you. That is his exact words. And I'm a person here. That is his exact words for me. So from the word go, your boss has given you the room to change things, do things the way you feel will work. And I've been doing this for how many years now? So it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So I think we will change things and we will make things even more, because Entertainment Review is a huge platform. And I'm not going to bring it down. I'm not the person to bring it down at all.
If the need be, sir, I also invited Shatawale. Ube invited. Maybe some way in connection with Shatawale issues with Despite Media and Kwesi Badi as a person.
If he's going to come and willing to apologize for insulting my bosses, shut up, a friend in there. Because Godfather, that when I'll be my about show. So my question would be, what did he mean penny for atom? So rain fee. Oh, we are not going to person ban person me bashes and maybe patch. I want to come and apologize to them, and then find ways to go to them and apologize, just to let them know it was one of the moments of indiscretion. And the mass had the weakness here. Why not? Shatta is a big person. I've loved Shatta for a long time. I cannot say that he's an excellent human being in character, but his talent cannot be overlooked. His following cannot be overlooked. Me na Mika said, me morning you be. And I know that some of the DJs also do the same. Others too, but it was my decision. It was, I guess, it became the company's decision. It wasn't a directive from the bosses. It was work employees in any guys. No, you cannot insult our bosses and expect us to play your music. So if today is willing to apologize to them and make peace, I did for him. He knows I did for him. If you ask him, he'll tell you, me and him no get bad blood. Me fear him 10 years, but only said me fear him no channel. And I've never showed him. They can't channel so that. But if he's willing to apologize, the doors are open for him.
And you said the official Despite Media for more Shatawale Nyumbi Mkra.
And yet official, it's unofficial. It has been so for like over a year. Me say employees.
Okay.
And they decided to say.
Okay.
Because of insult now, we insult and penny for a jume run. So we only miss atem. Now only mean to send it. What you say?
What I say, pa.
So we miss atem now, miss out to and no to send it.
Yes, all for so.
Yes, I mean, there's a would miss atem. But I can not make a consent show. Say, fuck tia missing. It's your employees' decision, not management level, and that has been the case.
So until Shatawale by patch all the unforgettable platform also. Oh, peace FM.
Yeah, of course. I cannot condone with that. Me be a man who did papa tender. Me be a man who said you always phobia or bear ma who more to the data form. What do you mean do matter? Because he knows what he gets from them. If he values the importance of the media to his career, he will know what to do. Ni mami madam for pa. Ni mami or friend neighbor. Or friend and my son. You have not been checking up on me. When are you coming home? No, I mean, no. So it tells you we don't have Bonnie and answer or Tandy way. Tell me, Shannon, we vibe, we laugh. If he wants to bring up an important conversation about despite media, we'll talk. But the truth is, he needs to apologize before we can have any sort of conversation. That's all.
Ola Michael, many of me that say for a very beautiful time only you spend it on COS TV. From
1 hour
Akosua
22
Serwaa,
minutes.
that the Lumba Odobroni, Yabo Ramo entertainment review, despite media and Shatawale. What can they also can be and Christian Upon and name me team, like I said, Yamisha Yada Celebrate.
That's it anyway. That's it. Now, yeah, me come. All
Amen.
right.
Amen. Thank you so much. It's been a very beautiful time with Ola Michael, one of the supporter for Imame Akosua Serwaa. Also, yeah, entertainment review. Peace 104.3 hosts. Bidding Eddie Christian upon. Thanks so much for your time. Poyaka.